can actually see the garage door open. I feel like a cat being let back in. And here comes the rain. Well, I enjoyed that beautiful day while it lasted. And I hope you've enjoyed the time between parts. Hello everyone! And welcome back once again to Pacific Drive. Last time we managed to brave the wastelands with nothing but an anomalous vehicle. Using all attuned parts, we were able to get through, even using parts that didn't exist. When we started anyway, the harmonic headlight, we went with no headlights. So that was dangerous for a while, but quickly became exhilarating, and then we were fine. And much like the entrance to a cult. But anyway, I'm done drawing comparisons to that. We've got to get this thing up into working order and make the long, long journey to Tape 7. And now that Jack is practically a cult leader himself, a usurper maybe, I'm on the edge of my seat for what this next one will contain. Now, it looks like if the shortest route we can do is gonna be 4 zones. Thankfully, we no longer have any requirement to only use attuned parts, but we got some pretty decent ones along the way that we'll be keeping, and a few things that we will be replacing. So, crude bumper can come off. Limb shield can go back on. Stuff like this is going to be invaluable. We've got our bounty of veils to sacrifice. Throw you in. And we can use some of these artifacts to carry with us into the zone. Because we're going to have to sacrifice 3 in order to get the next one. Now, what do? When the radio is louder, harmonic energy increases. Ooh, we could definitely use that. And what about you? Invokes, while car is not facing north, horn honks. That sounds incredibly annoying. Very much like something we'd want to sacrifice. But you look like something we can use right here. Let's see how that works. So if we were to turn on the radio. Is our harmonic energy increasing? Yeah, what the heck ever. Makes for pretty good montage repair music, right? And if you're not fixing things up to a montage, then how are you doing it? It's how it works in real life. Okay, high capacity battery can go other side. There we go. Oh, we are so back with this. Side fuel tank. Right here. Maybe this is what it's all about. Learning what we can along the way, but having the restraint to find our own way afterwards. They think they're teaching us, but, well, if we do this right, we're the one using them. Ignoring the trophy of loyalty on the floor. Wow, that really is annoying. Maybe it is actually going up very slightly. I might have seen a pixel move there for just a moment. No, it definitely is. It's creeping up. I absolutely could just leave it for a while. It repairs everything. No, this is staying in the shop 100%. You know, I really haven't spent enough time with the music of this game. Issues with the Let's Play. But it's moments like this that I feel like have kind of been missed, you know? Especially when you're rushing around. These moments where you're just sitting in the garage, listening to the beats. I had actually never considered the idea of doing it while in the garage before. And now I've discovered a whole new vibe. Wow, that was some magic rain out there. But yeah, I've actually watched the percentage of the health creep up. It is working. All I need to do is idle now. Of course, that's not all I'm gonna do. So often, man. So often you just have to sit back and let the game do its thing. It's just like a car ride in that way, like a road trip. The destination is only half the fun, the rest is the ride and the people you do it with. I like to think that right now the car is just sort of rocking out to the music. It's excited too, after all, it's as much a character in this as anyone, right? Well, maybe, maybe not. Ow. This door keeps falling off. The car's my castle. It's personalized. It's mine. It's a reflection of our journeys in the past and yet to come. Oh, and that's no good. We've got some more fixes to make. Ceiling kit. I really am just kind of sitting around waiting for it to literally fix itself. There we go. Come on, we cannot have cracked windows. Not right now. And look at this. This thing has got itself back up to almost 90%. Well, it took a little while, but yeah, this thing literally fixes itself now. To the power of rock and roll. How cool is that? But anyway, I'm gonna put that back for now. We're just gonna deal with the honking horn. We'll sacrifice this artifact and find a couple more along the way. I don't know what it is. This game had started to get kind of tedious to me, but this part already, just this little experience, I'm hyped. I'm ready for this. And we are ready for just about anything. We've still got a lot of the preparations we made before. I'm going to keep these wheels for now. And let's ride out. Yeah! Oh, and also we're mix and matching headlights now, so I guess we'll see how that presents. One of those rare moments we're riding out in the daylight. It seems so appropriate. So the fastest route, I think, is going to be to go to here, 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 and here. It's going to be 4, but given everything we've been through, I think we can handle it. And we're tougher now than before. Okay. It doesn't have to be quite so loud. But it doesn't have to be not loud either, huh? Things are looking kind of spooky out there, huh? Now, we already have the means to leave, but of course we're not going to be doing that right now. We're going to have our energy from the rain. Huh. That's pretty weird behavior. The headlights come on and the dome light starts to come on, or flicker. I think we've got ourselves a new quirk. Well, look, this place is practically all off-road anyway, so we may as well head for the bounty of parts. Forget that bridge, we're going into the dirt. Oh no, it's the wipers that are causing it. Okay, well, at least that means we can keep our lights going. Ow. Yeah, hey, wipers, you want to do this? You guys were having a lot of issues with quirks before. Clearing is sometimes the only indication of a road. Hey, you guys. I haven't seen those random watchers in quite a while, actually. Starting to think they'd forgotten about me. Okay, this is about to cause us a problem. Oh my god. Oh right, we took the limb shield off. I forgot it has to be reprogrammed. We need to put it back in the panel. Man, what is it about this radio that just inspires confidence? It's like my own personal soundtrack. I'm very much a radio off kind of person when it comes to video games. I have to rethink that, especially when we know the copyright situation is fine. Copyright situation is fine, right? I mean, it always has been. I can't do anything. Wait. Wait. Come on. Limb shield. Are we missing anything? Doesn't seem so. Back door still there? Yes. Okay. Right, now I remember what the problem with that headlight was. Well, it doesn't matter. We found our altar. And everyone's got to find their own altar at some time, right? Things distort in your presence. Lit-plated bumper. They're just bumpers. We've already got good bumpers, so I don't particularly care. Let's go. There should be an altar of duality just up ahead, and we could really use some artifacts for the road. Right now the bar is filling very slowly, so that is going to change. But remember, we've got to grab at least 2 of these things. Now, what have we got? When health is healed, handling on dirt roads degrades. That one's bigger. That one's bigger, so we're taking this. All artifacts go in the back, thank you very much. It's one I don't mind sacrificing, one I don't particularly need. Ooh, but rippling quartz here. Rippling quartz. Do I have crowbar on me still? I do. Ooh, and a souvenir. I'm not gonna lie, this place is taking a turn into Spooksville in a pretty big hurry. And I think at this stage I'd rather leave. There's actually a bunch of altars of duality around here, but you know, we really don't want to load up as it stands, because we've still got a long journey ahead of us, and one more is all it takes. Okay, that's like a terrifying noise the radio is making right now. All I really want to do is find the exit to this place, thank you very much. And we're fine. What is it about the altars that does that to me? I guess it's just as well that I'm using the radio now, because this whole episode is dedicated to the radio just making noise at me. I'm gonna skip the altar that's directly ahead of me as night falls. Just kind of make my way through the woods and hope to grab the one next to the exit. The later we do this, the better, because that bar is only going to continue to grow. Only moments ago, this was such a happy trip. Now it's more like a nightmare. But look, we've been through real nightmares 2 episodes ago when just everything was horrible and we couldn't move. No. Proper engine, proper travel. But man, this is a seriously heavy downpour. And the woods don't improve visibility, is what I've learned. Okay, right through here. This way. Oh, hey. We can get ourselves some limb energy. I'll help myself to that. Right after we see about some rippling quartz. Oh man, this is Anomaly Central up here. And look at this. A gloomy pocket. Alright, let me on. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, anything that allows us to build more souvenirs is definitely welcome. Although, maybe they're a bit more obsolete now. Alright, you are coming with me. These things used to be so critical, now I hardly think about them. Alright, get in before I get gooped. More importantly, let's try not to be gooped ourselves, huh? What is this? No, you go away. Really is Anomaly Central, isn't it? Now, I would like to peruse your finest artifacts, please. We've got 3 to choose from here. When cars tilted uphill, it takes damage. Absolutely not. When it's on dirt roads, health heals. That's really bad with the other one we got. When fuel increases, lightning strikes nearby. And it's cheap. So, well, relatively speaking. So let's toss it back there. Boom. We don't need to grab any more. That's all we need. Let's put it in reverse, Terry. And get out of here. I can already see the lights. Just a little bit farther. I'm telling you, the gameplay itself may be somewhat repetitive, but I'll never ever tire of the atmosphere. And one sort of complements the other then, doesn't it? Yep. And we move on to the next. I would so love to go for a blueprint, but I'd rather get this done more quickly. Why is this the perfect music for weather? Tell you what, if I go into this tunnel, will I come out someplace better? I really hope so. And if anything, I'm just looking for shelter. Oh, how I'd love for this car to shut up for a bit. But look, maybe here's a good place for us to, I don't know, stop and repair. A couple of things have got to need it, right? And we do have that souvenir from before. It won't get us much, but it could get us something. And we'll probably want to focus on the hood and such. So, yeah, you. because if you brake, we start taking damage on the engine. Wow, that side panel is really taking a beating. The Souvenir's got a lot of life to give still. I cannot wait to go home and idle you back to health. I mean, it's the least gameplay ever, but it's oddly satisfying just knowing how much we're cheesing things with that. Field repairs are nevertheless always valuable. How are wheels doing? Still good. Alright, give a bit to the bumper. Okay, and we can fix you up or tear you down back home. And even little decisions like this. Okay, I'm gonna pull into that tunnel, make some repairs, and then go back out. These are some of the creepiest places in the game, and yet they're actually safe haven. Oh man, I just hope this doesn't end up putting me far out of my way, which actually it sort of looks like it is. Man, why is this so winding? I wonder if the zone doesn't alter these as well. And I must say, the handling has felt a little weird at times. Not to the point where I think there's anything wrong with the wheels, but that is what it's felt like. Get around. If we can get on top of this, we should be doing good again. Oh. This is much steeper than it at first appeared. Wow, this sucks. Okay, we've surmounted that. Never mind. Oh boy. Actually doing surprisingly well right now. And here we are at what else but another altar. Look at this, an old family farm atop a mountain. Oh man. It's like making my way down narrow hallways. This is crazy. There's just so many obstructions I can't keep up, and man, I gotta turn this limb shield off. That is draining so much energy. Need to take this moment to gain it back. Oh, this is a dirt road. Okay, by following this, maybe it'll lead us somewhere approaching out. Okay, looking at the map, I think this road leads parallel to the one we need. So it won't get us there, but it'll get us much of the way. Was that a maw? I couldn't tell. Oh god, I'm stuck. I didn't see one on the map, but that's really what it looked like. Climbing up a mountain is hard. Gravity can help you get low. So long as you keep using your brakes, which are free, you'll be alright. Oh my... Yep. Burp. And soon we'll be near enough the exit. Oh man, this was so much easier when we could fix everything with repair putty. But here we go. Bye, tourists. Look, they all came and lined up to wave at me. Like I'm some visiting dignitary. And we're out. I would say I'd miss it, but nah. Man, parents weren't kidding. These dome lights really do make it harder to see. Okay, lots of things we want. Lots of things. And since we still got a little bit of time, I guess we'll spend a little time here. Cannot see a thing. The woods would be a darker place were it not for these altars. Here. We've got armored panels, armored bumpers. Let me take an armored panel. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's a crude panel back there, is there not? Or at least a steel one that can be upgraded? Come on. Let's remove you. And toss you on. And now we're a little bit more harmonized than we were before. Alright, now. First stop. First stop is going to be that tape. The demonic rock channel has not ceased on the radio, even though I'm actually nowhere near one of those altars. You guys are gonna have to get away from me right now. I can leave the limb shield on for a second. Meanwhile, you. Equipped undercover in the... Wait, can I play that? No, am I allowed to play you or what? I guess not? Okay, we'll try again later. Unless there's something we've already gotten. Anyway. We're gonna be rolling sort of downhill towards that tape. And it's just as well because there's a maw in the way. Here we are. Bit of a short trip, but that's how I like it. Thank you. Here we are. The next page in the storybook. Now to get the fudge out of here. And I'm thinking the best way to do that might actually be this one. Either way, we've got to cross a mountain to do it. That seemed like an overreaction vehicle. It really did. I'm worried some of these parts might break before we're out of here. I'm hearing some really not good sounds right now. We are fairly close to starting our exit. We've got a ways to go still, though. Just keep going. Trudging through the woods here. We might be in worse shape if we had taken the off-road tires. I considered doing it, but instead I opted to keep the synergy. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. Now, if we could find some attuned off-road tires, that would be the best of all worlds. No, you don't. You don't get to do anything to me here at the altars. Alright. We got plenty of power for me to just do this. You there? Safekeeping. You guys. There. And there. And there. And remember, if we don't pick up that bounty, we don't get anything. There we go. Or actually, I think that may only be for the other quests. Doesn't much matter. We got a long way to flee. 86%. You know what? Should be plenty. Should be alright. We may even be able to be a bit more careful with it. In fact, limb shields all the way. Only turn it off if it's an emergency. Oh my god. The problem is just the terrain. The terrain has been our biggest killer for this entire time. Not anomalies, not other perils. Actually, what is there besides the terrain and anomalies? See, normally it pays to keep on the road, but the whole issue with this biome, there is no road. Oh, we're actually also really low on gas. That's a potential issue. Come on. Ugh. Still doing okay. And we're close. I'm just, my main worry is fuel right now. But if we can just eke out a few more feet. Come on. We got a boost. And we're back. We even come through a little bit elevated in the air. Man, that was just a regular old trip, but plain attrition caused that to be more difficult than the last one. Okay. So we're gonna let the old girl rest for a while. Not to mention put in our new bounty. Wow. And after all this, we're gonna need the bounty quicker picker-upper. This is fascinating. It simply never stops. But never any of what I want. Okay. Over time, a wheel goes flat, not interested. Chaotic song. When quirks are on the car, radio volume goes up. We can take that. We could totally take that. Now what I'm hoping for is that we don't hear that too much from over here, right, and we can just kind of let that go while we're listening to tape 7.
The circle is complete, and so the wave shall flow. Let the fundamental frequency rise. Let it harmonize our instrument. Praise the wave! Praise the wave! Praise the wave!
Stay away! Don't let him hear me now!
No, don't! If you're hearing this, please, we need your help. Oh, God. Something terrible has happened. They're gone. They're all gone. I know not what came over us. Only that it was cold. Desperately cold. The ritual. The 6 ritualists formed the circle. But from the circle, darkness, shadows, came over Annie, over the instrument. She was in terrible pain. I do not know why I alone was spared. Perhaps because I was chosen to. Please. The way is long, but only you can reach us. Only you can help us. Please help before it's too late.
Maybe it's more than manipulation. Maybe you're desperate. Rite of ascension. Your health is tied to the car's total harmonic energy. The only requirement is that we have more artifacts of veils. Okay, this is going to be really annoying, and that's the wheels going flat. We would need to bring all of these, and probably find one more along the way if we want to keep the artifact that causes these to get better as the radio is on. But it's really not going to be an easy group of things. While the Fellowship doesn't believe in giving material rewards, at least not in any conventional sense, it certainly enjoys the element of ritual that comes with recognition and award giving. Each new member is typically presented with their own individually crafted trophy of embers upon induction. This would have once belonged to a member and was likely extremely important to them. So why it has since been forsaken is something of a mystery. There's also the Trophy of the Hearth. This token of recognition is typically bestowed to members of the Harmonic Fellowship who have laid the foundations of a new home in the Olympic Peninsula, embracing the possibilities of a settled life in the zone. This may have once adorned some such person's wall, dining table, or mantelpiece. It is now yours to display instead. There, looks good. Yep, these things are popping while they're in there. We're gonna have to invest a lot of rubber in sealing kits and scavenge a bunch more. You don't have to be in the car right now. Over time a wheel goes flat. It is not a lot of time at all. So you go away for now. When wipers go right, the dome light, where is dome light? Dome light toggles. There we go. Alright, that one didn't take much to guess. There are 3 other quirks on the car apparently, but I have no idea what they are. We can fix you with an electrician's kit. And thankfully that's one of those things we can say. We have actually run through a lot of our pre-DLC supply of rubber. which is crazy. And that is a fully repaired car, almost entirely through the power of music. I really do love this game sometimes. But I think we're gonna... Actually, screw it. We're gonna leave you on. Especially since we apparently can't stop you from staying on. That's nuts. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of sealing kits in our inventory. This really is a big pain of an artifact, but I'm thinking we can ditch it along the way and replace it for something else, right? In fact, we could even ditch it first thing. So where are they? Artifact of Veils. You come with me. And we'll lose you at our earliest convenience. Let's go. This time it's night, but I feel oddly chill about this. Remember, we're healing autonomously. Okay, so I'm thinking right here. Yeah, there's gonna be offerings all along the way. So if we just drop this right here, not only will we slow the progress of the bar, we also won't have to deal with flat tires. Things looking fairly chill so far.
There you are. Oh, you're so close now. You've done so well.
I sure have. Wow, that's all you have to say this time, huh? Never mind.
With us, your home has always been waiting for you. You belong with us, as you always have. We have only been waiting to receive you when you are ready. Come, don't be afraid. Continue the evolution. See how good freedom feels.
Well, I do like freedom. Fortunately, with you, the status of said freedom is a point of skepticism. Now, okay, there's nothing really new. I may be able to take a door, because a tier 2 door might actually improve our harmony a little bit. Then again, it's not full up on health. So let's put you up top, and let's put you down low. Look, you guys love being in the presence of other paranormal things, right? So let's get out of here, blaring our music. Why don't we roll the window down and stroll through the neighborhood while we're at it? Whoa. How did I just flip right there? What just happened? I have never had it do it that easily before. But anyway, we're off. The distortion, I feel, gives me character. We're gonna need more artifacts than this to move on, but we can grab one right at the end. Maybe right before the end, just to decrease the chance of any nonsense happening. So I really don't know what happens if we get caught shortchanged once we're there. Yep. Oh god. You know what? This might work out for us. Arguably, this is a good thing. Falling off a cliff can be a good thing sometimes. Look it up. Okay, yeah. According to the map, if we can follow this road, should be okay, right? Now, it did say that our health is tied to our harmony. I don't fully understand what that means, and that scares me. But look, I can already see the exit. We're keeping to fairly flat ground. There's only 2 ghosts surrounding our car today. And we can see over the fog, so, you know, good days in the zone. thing I would actually like is a little bit of rain right now. But there's one less zone to make it through than last time. And if we keep racing the way we are, everything is on our side. Oh, I should be scavenging more rubber. Can you just leave me alone, please? I don't really want to use this energy like this. Yep. Okay. Next one, we'll grab an artifact towards the end if possible. Actually, no, we should grab 2. We should grab 2 so we can keep the cool one.
We are bringing about a new stage, and it all depends on you and your willingness to serve. What you are willing to give for freedom. Only by evolving can we break free. Only by evolving can we move on to what's next. Don't you feel it? Reflections of the wave all around you. Look how it gives shape to the world around you. How it reshapes. How it cuts through the shackles of the basic form and function. Where mankind is subject to nature's whims, anomalies are cut above. And we shall follow them to greatness. Together, through community, balance, action, and service, we will carry mankind to its rightful place. We will be free of that which shackles us.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. We've come this far. Might as well see how wrong you are. While wheels are flat, items are lost. When the trunk is opened, car is repaired. Oh, no, no, no. This is probably better for us in the long term. Yeah. We could have tried to stack that engine power, though. And look at how quickly that's rising. I don't know if there's going to be any way to get out of here before we reach 100. But it'll just have to be something we deal with. Weather outside is frightful. But you know what? Music gives me strength, same as the vehicle. Come on, nope, come on. Not where I need to get bogged down. I wonder if the driver ever stops and thinks, is any of this real? Am I gonna wake up at some point? Because sometimes it's just total sensory overload. Who am I kidding? Those are the best times. And you know, maybe Stuart's right about one thing. Maybe this is just our natural element. Maybe this is where we feel the most free. I mean, the ending of the main game would certainly seem to indicate that, right? So we have all had a lot of fun here today, surviving in the zone. In absolute hurricane conditions. But we're about to have an issue because right there at the end, there's a group of ferrymen going the exact opposite direction. So that's something we're gonna have to deal with. And right now, my current strategy is to just ooga booga ram right through them. Oh. Thank you, limb shield. I don't know how necessary that was, but well, we did it. Let's go! We beat you to it. Now all we need to do is escape. Oh, we need... It's actually 5. It said we needed to leave with 4, but it's actually 5. we can make it for sure. Now it's a question of whether we can make it with our really, really cool artifact. According to this, we can.
Devotion has guided you to us, to the fellowship, and to the ritual. You have embraced its evolution and made it your own. The way calls upon you now. The time has come to take the next step. I guide you there in the way that the founder could not. It was the founder who brought me under his wing. He raised the fellowship from the shadows. He wrought the first step up the evolutionary ladder, but he was too cowardly to climb the rest of the way. I've given you these tapes, my tapes, for you to know the truth. I served at the founder's right hand, carried out rituals at his command. The blood was on my hands as the rituals failed time and time again. We sacrificed member after member of the fellowship in pursuit of the wave. Founder tried to turn tail, but I would not. He tried to stop the rituals, but I would not. So I lured him to the ritual site. He sacrificed others' lives for his own gain. It sufficed that it was time to give his own. I took his lessons to heart, relieved him of his mortal bindings. With his last breath, my replacement was the greatest realization of his teachings. I sacrificed the founder on the altar. That is why the wave answered my call. That was what Annie and our ritualists died for, and I would not let their service be in vain. I fed the ritual, and in exchange I was nourished with knowledge. I shed what remained of Jack Whiteside, took up a mantle to become Edward Bishop. I didn't need it to be done. I gave my life, my mentor, everything to the fellowship. And in return, the wave washed through me, opened my mind, whispered its enigmatic to me all that the founder was unable to hear.
So it's precisely what we suspected. The most skeptical becomes the most fanatical. And in the end, this fellowship that we're working so hard to join, well, the fellowship may be a fellowship of one. Oh god, I have no fuel. How did it drain so quickly? We were out here for so much less time than before. Okay, we're gonna have to try and find some. We don't need much more, but we do need more. And when the time comes to take it, we're gonna need it quickly. Okay. Maybe we'll use our resource scanner.
Now that you've reached the terminus, we can finish what the originals started. With that remnant of yours. Don't you see? The remnant is the answer. It's the beacon of progress, the perfect instrument of evolution. The inexorable bond that the remnant share with humans and now, freedom is in our grasp. I will be the one to present this ritual. I will pave the way.
Really? Because that's not the lesson you've taught me. You just taught me that the way is to claim my rightful place. Even this little bit might help. It might be all it takes. But I am so far from the car now. And these things are everywhere. Come on, 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 come on. Let's go. Let's move it, move it. Yeah, see, that's what I figured. That's what I figured was happening, and it's what I was hoping wasn't happening. So what we're gonna do is this. Come on. Oh my god, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No time to fuel. No time to fuel. No time to close the back either. Just need to move. Oh boy, that was a bit of an exciting exit, wasn't it? Oh, there's so many more ahead. This is not good. This is not good. Oh my god. Okay. Here's what we do. We get out. Got a little bit of time. Fill it up much as we can. Should be more than enough. And we get back. And we get the heck out of here. There's a dirt road leading right back to where we need to be. We can dodge around the ferryman, no problem. This proved to be a much more exciting mission than we would be led to believe, but... well, that's the whole thing. We need to just fully embrace, fully throw all the caution we've learned about to the wind, and just carry those things in horrible harmony. Maybe that's your own impatience. Maybe that's the point. You see me as your salvation? Well, I see me as mine. Now the question is, what happens when we complete this rite? Back door still open? I think so. Actually, no, it's not. Alright. Well, let's go! The remnant is ours. I'm gonna finish that line for you since you can't. Oh yeah, I was still holding this thing.
With this missing piece, we will at long last know freedom. Through community, we have bonded together. We have embraced chaos and discipline in turn to know balance. Through action and service, we have held evolution in our hands. And now with this sacrifice, we embrace the beyond.
What have you done to our garage? You turned it into a haunted house. Even the objective is a mystery. You clearly have immense power, but you still couldn't do this without me. So what does that say about me? You say the remnant is ours, but will it accept you at this point? Well, you know what? I have faith. And I know that you've been led astray, so at this point, I'm just along for the ride. I'm just gonna watch what happens play out.
It's working. The ritual answers. Come, my fellowship, open your eyes. The wave, it comes. My eyes, I can see.
Siphon harmonic energy from the conduits to interrupt the ritual. Wait, the conduits? These things? It's not... No, seriously, what... Oh, we gotta get really close. Okay, let's grab you. And... No, come on. You. Right there. And... You, come on. You. To there. Look at all that. Oh, can we only do one at a time? It'll destroy you.
What's happening?
But yeah, we can only do one at a time.
Stop! You'll ruin everything. Leave the ritual be. It must continue. I'm so close.
That's my car, bud.
So wrong. So all for nothing. It was all for nothing. The rituals, the fellowship, all for nothing.
If it's any consolation, my car is cooler now.
The remnant worked. It opened the way and the evolution began. The wave revealed itself to me, pure and true, and swept me into itself. I transcended my body. I reached the threshold, and I looked over the horizon, and it looked back. And in it, I saw nothing. All for nothing. Nothing lies beyond the horizon, and in that nothing it lurks. It does not care. Not about us. Not about anything our fellowship has done in its service. The eye and the dark has opened. The wave does not seek to evolve us. The wave does not seek anything. All that we have seen are its afterthoughts. We have been wrong. We have been wrong all along. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, Annie, you died for nothing. Oh, forgive me. I can't face them. The fellowship. I can't return. I must go.
So that was Pacific Drive, Whispers in the Woods. And that was excellent. Really excellent. By the end, the twist that was revealed, as far as Stuart, was pretty much what I expected. I kind of figured from the beginning that Jack was eventually going to become this guy. But the journey was nevertheless worth it. Guessing that actually didn't make this any worse. It may have actually enhanced it. Because the question of how he gets there, well, that's where the real sauce of this is. And that whole journey from nobody to fanatic to being brought down by our actions to us leading him straight to the gates of understanding and then finding that the conclusion, even though it was all real, the conclusion was not what they expected. And in that final moment, that actually doesn't dispel the mysteries of the zone. It makes it all the more mysterious and terrifying as he speaks of what lurks beyond. For all the larger-than-life magical speech, for all the rituals, for all the hoodoo, it turns out that we were dealing with something far beyond even their understanding. We weren't necessarily wrong that there is something beyond us. That's the scary thing. But they were wrong about its intentions, and there is no intention. Or if there are, it's far beyond our comprehension. So here we are, left right back out here. One twist in reality, and it can just as easily be twisted back. My, ain't that a pickle. Is there some other way for us to get in? Hang on. Okay, there's a gap in the fence. Excellent. And our radio is still blaring. Oh god, this car got destroyed. Was that because of the end part there? That's... Oh no, it literally just ripped the parts right off. Well, it looks like I've got my work cut out for me for a little while. Man, I wonder what the total percentage on this thing is right now. Well, this has certainly been a fun, scary, mesmerizing journey. I'm just hoping that maybe we can hear from Francis again now? I mean, he's got to be around here somewhere, right? If we go to try and set a route... No, without anything in here this time. Just back to the regular map I'm talking. You know, like, say if I were to set something fairly close by, something easy, I literally can't. There, we set that. Still no hearing from Francis. All we heard from him this entire game was just one random comment while we were in the middle of that story. That is so bizarre. Okay, let's make you well again. There you go. Good as new. And man, what a journey this has been. It was existentially terrifying in the end. In some ways, we're almost as disappointed as he is to find this conclusion. And to hear that absolute despair, it's all so genuine. Oh, hey, this was just on the ground. Wow, we can decorate this with glow-in-the-dark space stuff like I had on my ceiling as a kid. I don't even know where to begin because there's so much I want to discuss here. This was really ambitious because not only was it a huge challenge in terms of gameplay and forcing you to handicap yourself in the name of acquiring these things, it actually, in just a handful of missions, managed to tell a story of how faith can be built and then dashed. That's a story that has to be told over an entire lifetime, and to see it play out like that, it almost feels like we've lived a lifetime, even if it was just a handful of jobs. And I liked how it did all of this without really explaining anything. I mean, all of these crazy miracles we've seen, of course there's something to it. But more so than what we saw in the base game, we learned that maybe there's something more. But none of what we've done through all of this even begins to approach understanding it. And so, in a way, we feel simultaneously like we've enriched our knowledge, our car is proof of that, and like we're more lost than we've ever been. Depending on the player, part of you may have really wanted this to lead somewhere. I had speculated for a moment that he was a fellowship of one by this point. It seems like it cost the lives of many of those who put their faith in him. But I guess there are more out there. He seemed to be in some sort of greater form in the end there, but was seemingly brought back down to mortality. He mentioned that there were other members of the Fellowship who we can't return to face after being disgraced in this way. So are they the followers of the Ferrymen, and what are the Ferrymen? And most importantly of all, what was this uncaringness that he glimpsed beyond? Did he put all his faith that he was following this true path to uplift humanity, and then have that dashed against the vision of an uncaring, empty universe that is only what you make of it? Or did he really glimpse something beyond, something that the Zone has tapped into, that he found a way to see, but nothing more? There's a real existential terror in that, on top of everything we've witnessed. And I'm going to do what I always do when faced with existential terror. Climb in the car and blast the radio. And if you like this series, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Man, we are really low on gas, huh? Next song, please.